Okay, welcome back to Football Kings. I'm Kingsley and I'm with my brother Andrew. And this is Football Kings. For those that are new on the podcast, Football Kings is a podcast where me and my brother talk about football from different leagues and different competitions. It's Premier League Match Week 23. And there's some fans are happy. Some fans, like me and my brother, are not happy. Why?
I'm always a point of correction. I'm always happy.
Whether
Chelsea,
win or lose.
Chelsea, Chelsea will not spoil my week or my joy. That's just it. I know they are on serious, so I'm not bothered.
Okay. For me, I'm not happy, but not necessarily because my team just lost. I mean, my team lost also not giving the best performance. Not giving one of their best performances. It was some may say one of the worst performances they've given. Even not even since I would say since like April last season because things pretty much picked up for us towards the end of last season, coming in form towards the season and like really delivering from game to game. But we can see like Liverpool has, especially this season, has been a side that has drawn a lot away and won very few games away. So if you analyze it, the away form and the home form, you can see like our away form is really not
Yeah.
good. And that resulted in the 3-1 loss.
I think you guys have won 22 away or so and drawn 10 or so. Or
Yeah.
one 122 and drawn 10 or something like that.
We've drawn six.
Oh,
We've
since the start of this season.
Since start of this season, we've played 23 games.
Mm-hmm.
We've drawn six, we've won 15, and we've lost twice, adding this loss, right?
Okay.
So very, 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 very sad game. Very sad day for Liverpool fans. But you'll never walk alone. You have to keep supporting the team even when things are not good. But let's dive in deep into the game and like some of the takeaways. So we all know Soboslai is injured, so Soboslai is not in the squad.
Yeah.
Um Conor Bradley has been really doing well. Obviously, he's not the starting right back. Starting right back is Trent.
Yeah.
But Conor Bradley has been really doing well, very good defensively, but sadly he lost his dad. Didn't even make the match day squad.
Yeah.
Um, Salah is away injured. He got injured at AFCON. He's
Yeah.
unavailable for some time,
Yeah.
and he's back. Endo
Nunes. What of Nunes?
Nunes is not match fit for 90 minutes. He's only
Okay.
fit for like a few minutes, so he needed that break. And Endo, our actual CDM, because
Yeah.
Maka is not our CDM, right? Maka is just one of our midfielders, but
Yeah.
Endo, our actual CDM, is away at the Asian Cup. So if you analyze it, the squad that actually played Arsenal is not I wouldn't necessarily say is our strongest squad, right? I would say yes, we had like first team players playing, but definitely not our strongest squad.
No excuses.
No, I'm not giving any excuses, but
Good.
we need to say things as it is.
Okay.
You want to. It's just like, okay, let's give an example. It's just like Man City, right? Without Rodri, right? It's almost the same thing, right? When Man City miss certain key players, you can see
Mm.
that the execution of what Pep is trying to do just doesn't click, doesn't work, right? They look like they're struggling. The same thing happened
Yeah.
when they went to Aston Villa, right? They struggled, they were dominated, they lost, right?
Yeah.
So that has nothing to take away from the quality of the team itself.
Yeah.
So one thing I'll say to Liverpool fans, there's no time to panic, right? Because obviously the goals came from Virgil van Dijk mistake, Allison mistake, poor communication. Are you clearing the ball? I'm clearing the ball. I'm leaving the ball for you. Lands with Martinelli. Martinelli goes ahead to score. The other goal with Trossard is like, who was covering the right back? Trossard like dribbles through Elliot. Where was Trent? Trent wasn't there. There's no proper defensive cover up, and he gets there. Virgil just puts his leg, because the ball that Trossard played, Alisson was going to catch, right? But Virgil puts his leg, deflects off his leg, and goes under the legs of Alisson too late. Couldn't stop it. But we can talk about mistakes. But at the
Mm.
end of the day, it doesn't take away from the fact that this team has been really, really good this season across all competitions. We've been putting our best foot forward. But what's your take on the Liverpool Arsenal game? Because I've been saying a lot of things.
Okay. So I'm just pulling up the stats on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool have only lost two of their last 34 Premier League games,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they've
Yeah.
won 22 and
Yeah.
drawn 10 in the
Yeah.
last 34
Yes.
and just lost two, which I find pretty impressive,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the
Mm.
losses came against Spurs,
Yeah. Which
the
they
one
cheated
they were
us.
cheated, right?
So
And this
clear.
one,
Mm.
which Arteta tactically outwitted Klopp. That's the first point I would say.
Mm.
Now,
Okay.
you remember when we were talking about Liverpool Chelsea, I
Mm-hmm.
said something. I said when Chelsea played Liverpool, there was a lot of space at the back.
Yeah.
You remember I mentioned it, which
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting the keeper or
Mm-hmm.
someone at the back to trade balls and allow Sterling run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly what Arteta got the Gunners to do today. So
Mm.
tactically, he must have watched that Chelsea game
Mm.
like every normal coach would do. Poch is not a normal coach, sorry to say. Like every normal coach would do,
Mm-hmm.
right? And clearly, there's that space on the right hand side.
Mm.
Through the Van Dijk side left, it's difficult to trade any ball
Yeah.
because Van Dijk will get it. But you see, Konate, once you can get that ball over Konate, Van
Mm.
Dijk is always the last man. Once you get it over Konate, there's a high possibility, especially if Trent is playing,
Yeah.
that that ball will go through.
Yeah.
Do you get? Now we can talk about the first goal. How did so? First of all, the formation. Ateta uses normal formation, nothing new.
That is fair.
Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Shichenko. Shichenko was
Mm.
giving away the balls. Odegaard, Rice, Jorginho. Jorginho was a new introduction that we
Mm-hmm.
didn't expect, right? But
Mm-hmm.
pretty standard Saka, Havertz, and Martin. But now I noticed that Havertz was somehow playing as a midfielder and a striker during that game.
Mm.
If you notice, he was playing as a midfielder and
Mm-hmm.
as a striker. He was doing both
Yeah, we're dropping deep.
up and on. So most of the time, there was four people in the midfield, and when it
Mm.
was getting too tough, the only people far off were only Saka and Martinelli hanging at the wings, and they
Mm-hmm.
were even further back inside the midfield. So
Mm-hmm.
from the starts, like today's game was really bad. Expected goals for Arsenal 3.52, the
Mm.
highest in the Premier League. The
Mm.
highest record set was by Man City, 3.41 or 3.47, right? That was 2 years ago. But Arsenal set a new record against
That
you.
that's not the we've gotten the highest. The highest was when we played beginning of this year. You
What
can't
was
remember
it? I mean,
before.
against a top side team.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Do
Okay.
you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Against a top side team, 3.52,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Shots 15, Liverpool 10. Shots on target, Arsenal 7,
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool 1. In fact, you people did not even have a shot on target till
Mm-hmm.
like the 62nd minute.
Let's talk about the attack. So we can talk about how bad the defense was, the defensive line was, and there were so many mistakes, especially given like. So the thing is, Trent is a liability in defensively, right? Because he goes
Mhm,
forward a lot. We allow him that inverted role to drop
mhm,
into the midfield, but that creates a lot of space in the right back position, like you said. But
mhm,
Konate shifts. If you watch the first goal, right? Konate has to shift to cover that side.
mhm,
Virgil has to shift to stay central, and then Robertson. So we are kind of three at the back, right? Now
mhm.
what happens?
But
Virgil,
Robertson didn't start now. It was Joe Gomez that was on the
sorry,
other
sorry,
side.
Joe Gomez. I
Mhm.
mean, I mean,
Yeah,
typically Robertson, but like Joe
yeah,
Gomez, yeah.
yeah.
So what was the problem? The problem was Virgil, right? Konate has moved, right?
Mhm,
Virgil has moved, right?
mhm,
Maka, right?
mhm,
Also was covering the wing. So Maka also moved to the wing, right?
mhm,
Exposing that middle. The ball threads back to Odegaard.
mhm.
Van Dijk, right, steps up. And that was the big mistake he
Once
made.
you beat Van Dijk, you are in on Allison.
The big mistake he made was he stepped forward. He
Mm,
should not have stepped forward. He should have
mm,
gone back. Why? Because Maka would have gone closer to Odegaard and would have marked Odegaard. That's what typically what happens is Endo is usually the one that will do that. Will just come back and just mark in the middle,
Mm,
right, and silence that person, right? Or
mm.
if Endo can't silence the person will eventually get to Van Dijk and he will cut him off, right? But the
Yeah,
problem was Van Dijk stepped up the ball, he just played it into space, and who was there? Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz was one on one with Allison. One on one
yeah,
with Allison, he shoots. Allison is one of the best keepers. Nobody can tell me anything. Allison is one of the best keepers in the Prem, right? It's very
yeah,
difficult to score Allison one on one. When Kai Havertz shot, Allison made himself big. Does what every keeper would do,
yeah.
stops the one on one. But the deflected ball lands with Saka
Mm,
results in the first goal. That first goal, you cannot blame because I see fans online blaming Allison. That Allison was shit today. Allison was that today.
yeah.
No, hell no, hell no.
But
That's
he had one of his bad games.
he had
Let me
one of
say,
his bad games, but
the second and the third goal.
yeah, the second and the third goal, we'll get into how that even came about.
Yeah,
But I just wanted to briefly say the defensive shape becomes very problematic, right?
mm,
The
yeah,
moment Trent steps in and is so high up, right?
yeah, yeah,
There's no trading back because the usual thing is when we're in possession, you go up. When we're out of possession, you have to trade back. You have to come back. And if
yeah.
Konate has moved, Van Dijk has stepped up, you would
Mm,
think that Trent would run back and add to that four back man. Even if you're not in that right back, you're still somewhere
mm.
in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what you would expect. But where was Trent? He was nowhere to be found, right?
Defensively, we can go on about Trent, but Trent is not good defensively, but he offers something attacking wise.
Yes,
But I
yes.
felt
Mm-hmm.
what really killed you guys today,
Mm,
killed you guys today. There's
mm-hmm.
somebody on your bench that could have made a difference. Elliot for Gravenberg. I didn't see the reason why they should use Gravenberg in this match. The guy was non-existent. He was useless.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were, in fact, let me just say, you guys were playing. In fact, you guys didn't score today. It's
We
3
didn't
1.
score.
But Liverpool didn't score today.
He didn't score. It was an own
Yeah.
goal, actually. It was
All
an
the
own
goals
goal.
were scored. Arsenal scored everything, even gave you guys one for takeaway. Just take this as you're going back to Anfield. Yes,
It was,
Gravenberg should not be in the starting lineup in
and
this.
this is the reason why
Elliot
Bayern,
has more legs. Keep Gravenberg on the bench.
and that's the reason why,
He's not performing any big game this season.
yeah,
I've not seen him most of the time. Even when he starts, he's an average performance. They end up removing him.
he's a
He's
Carabao
better.
Cup player.
Yes, he's better as a
Carabao
substitute.
Cup,
Do
FA
you get what
Cup.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? The way he's not even improving.
People are tired. You
You
coming
see,
out.
Alice, you see McAllister, you see the
Mm,
improvement. You see Endo, you see I didn't see any improvement with Gravenberg. Useless. If you ask me, he
yeah,
should not have started. That's the only mistake I can hold club for.
I think okay. I will not say,
Gakpo in front. Gakpo always delivers.
yeah. I will not say that
Right?
Gravenberg starting is a mistake, right? Wait,
Why
let me tell
keep
you why.
Elliot on the bench?
Even Elliot was not even a good option, right?
But Elliot would have been better than in terms of running and covering. Okay, the
Elliot is
question
too
I ask you,
erratic.
what was the purpose of Gravin? What can you say he did in this match?
Gravenberch.
Yes, you
Yes,
can't even
Gravenberch was a
remember.
bad choice, but
Yes,
Elliot is not the next replacement for Gravenberch.
who is the next person?
The person that was supposed to play in that position to do what Soboslai should have done is Gakpo. Gakpo usually
Okay,
typically
but they
plays.
didn't play Gakpo in the midfield. They played him as an
Yeah,
attack.
so that was the mistake. The
So
mistake was
who would they have played in the attacking place in attack now?
so okay. Yes, you can say Elliot, but Elliot playing on the right wing, Jota in the middle, right?
Has
That's
Elliot played on the right wing before?
yes,
It
Elliot
might
does.
even be better.
Yes,
Elliot in the right wing will be
that's
more
typically
more
what you would have, but not
attacking.
in that
Yeah,
midfield, right?
yeah,
Elliot
will
on
be
the right
more
wing,
attacking.
Shota in the middle, right? And
Yeah,
then with Diaz on the other side. That's
yeah.
typically what we would expect you to bring forward, but not that Gravenberch for sure is a mistake. But I don't think the direct replacement for Gravenberch should have been Elliot. In my own
But
opinion, Elliot is
even
just too erratic. Just
I know,
for
but
me,
even at that, if
yeah.
Elliot was in that game instead of Gravenberg, no matter the position, they will obviously be switching.
Yes.
Gakpo will be coming back. Elliot will be prompted to go in that Salah's wing.
Mm-hmm,
The
mm-hmm.
match would have been different,
Would have been a lot
right?
different. Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking at this first half and I'm just looking at it's like Liverpool throughout the game, as in the only time you people were really active was just between 25 and 35 minutes.
So
The rest, you were just passing the ball at your back.
the midfield sucked.
Yeah, we're just and the only person active in that midfield was McAllister.
Yes. Why? Curtis Jones and Gravenberch cannot be played in the same match at the same time.
Good.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
You cannot play Curtis Jones and
Because two
Gravenberch.
of them look similar, like
Exactly, they are similar styles. Gravenberch is coming in for Curtis Jones, or Curtis Jones is coming in for Gravenberch. They are the
yeah,
same type of player.
yeah,
The work that Soboslai does, Soboslai is a box-to-box midfielder, right?
yeah,
Soboslai goes up, comes back, he
yeah,
defends, he wins balls, he
yeah,
wins tackles. The amount of work that Soboslai does in our midfield, you can't replace. The only other person that can do what Soboslai does is
mm,
McAllister,
yeah,
right? Because they have the same profile of they're the same type of player. And the
yeah,
person that stays in that CDM obviously is Endo, right? But Endo is not around. So you can see like the midfield was completely non-existent.
yeah.
Curtis Jones,
You guys,
Curtis Jones always waste time
mm,
on the ball. It's so easy to take the ball off Curtis Jones. It's so easy to take the ball off Gravenberch while he takes too many touches. Too many touches on the ball.
that's true.
His legs are long, so it's so hard for him to control the ball on time. Before you know it, the Prem is very fast paced. The Prem is very fast paced. Before he can get control of it, it's out of his leg, right? So that was really an issue. The squad we played, the bunch of players we mixed together, the rhythm wasn't there. It just was not good. Let's call it spade a
Yeah,
spade. We're just not good.
it was not good, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I've always been critical of Arteta on this
Mm,
podcast. But today,
mm-hmm.
I have to put my hand off for Arteta. Give him salute for
Yeah.
getting it spot on.
Are you,
Sababa.
so are you going to say now, based on this performance from Arsenal, that Arsenal is back from their
No,
losses
no,
and they
no,
are ready to challenge?
no. Put it like this. There
Mm-hmm.
was a break in the Premier League, right?
Mm-hmm.
He carried all his kids, Arsenal squad. He took them to Dubai, I think, for
Mm-hmm.
warm weather training or Qatar. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember when. But since when they've been back,
Mm-hmm.
we've been complaining about the same things. Like, oh, Arsenal are so predictable. They keep
Mm-hmm.
using the same templates, X,
Mm-hmm.
Y, Z. He's
Mm-hmm.
tried to spicing up things.
Yeah.
Now you notice clearly
Mm-hmm.
that Raya is hardly busy during a game. Immediately he gets the ball. They've stopped this setting to play out of the back and dance. They
Yeah.
don't do that anymore. If you
Yeah.
notice,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
now if it's before, Raya will get the ball, then they will start to try to pass out on the back and all those. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Immediately Raya gets the ball forward.
Mm.
He launches it to somebody in the midfield immediately.
Yeah.
Somebody's on the run from this side or this side, and he launches it to the person, and the attack is going. So
Mm.
he's changed that. Now, the only time Raya will put the ball down to
Mm.
play is playing it straight in.
Mm.
So he's changed that, which is a huge difference.
It's a big
I
difference.
feel
Yeah.
will help them. Now, before they were always predictable where it gets to Saka, before you know it, Saka is passing back, is wasting time. He's changed that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, in this game particularly,
Mm-hmm.
tactically, I think he just outwitted Klopp today. That was
Mm.
one of the major problems. And is what I said in the Chelsea game. If Pochettino was smart, right? If Poch,
Nah, nah, nah. You
wait,
can't compare that in the Chelsea game.
no,
You
no,
can't
no.
compare
What
that.
no, no. What I'm saying is that
Mm.
see what I told you. I said there's
Mm.
space at the back.
Yeah, but
Do
nobody.
you know
The
what
thing,
I'm saying?
you're eliminating the pace, the energy of the team. The energy that Liverpool played with against Chelsea was so
Mm,
intense, right?
I
They
know,
win
but
balls so
okay. Let me
quickly.
give you let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
The one time Chelsea launched a ball over the top, and you had I think it was Sterling running on one side, or I don't
Mm.
know who was running on this side, and he gave the ball to Modric. You know they caught Liverpool. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
if Chelsea had scored that ball, that would have been different. But that's not what I'm saying. So what
Mm.
I'm saying now is that today
Mm-hmm.
you can say Liverpool was weaker or the midfield.
It's
Klopp
not.
Klopp Klopp did not. That Gravenberg was a huge, to me, was a huge
Today is
mistake.
not a good. I'm just going to be honest. Like today
Mm.
is not a good example. Today is not a good
Okay.
example to use to judge anything. And look, and people can call me out that I'm being biased. Or
Mm.
the thing about me is like I say things exactly as it is, right?
Okay.
I would like to say things exactly as it is. My team is bad. My team is bad. My team sucks. My team sucks.
Mm.
But I'll tell you, today is not a good example to judge either team. It's not a good
O-
example to judge Liverpool. It's not a good example to judge
Okay, but
Arsenal.
the
I'm
the
waiting
con-
for
the conclusion I'll say
yeah.
today is that Liverpool today, right?
We're poor.
They were poor. There was no,
Yes.
and another why they were poor is because Arsenal also made them poor with the way they set up. There
That
was no space.
that okay. That could have
Do
the
you
thing
get
is
what that?
the thing is
Do you
this.
get
Check
the way I saw this game?
mhm.
The way I saw it was the tactics he used for this game was the tactics he used for midfield for midweek, but with poorer players.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly
Which
what I was trying to say.
and and it now
Yeah.
happened that Arteta must have watched that game
The,
in midweek and had
yes.
a plan for it. So
But
I
the
didn't think Klopp had something different. But
could have helped.
he could have
But
helped. But
the problem with
yeah,
the thing is Klopp always says one thing and you need to for people that watch a lot of Liverpool games, you kind of see what Klopp is saying about the team. Is the rhythm, right? Klopp plays the team plays with a certain rhythm. But the moment you bring in poor players, right, that can't make sure that rhythm happens at the pace you want it to, at the intensity you want it to, this is exactly the result. With Klopp's tactics, it's either
mm,
if you get it right, exactly how I want it to, no matter what tactics Ateta is going to put, no matter play it up, that it will not still be successful, right?
yeah.
But the
But
rhythm
you know
was
what I even felt.
lacking.
You know what I felt
Mhm.
today. What if Klopp decided that? And today I felt like part of Arteta's plan was to hand Liverpool possession.
Yes.
And you guys clearly fell into that trap. Had it
Hmm.
been you guys probably handed them possession
Yeah.
and bring the line, the high line back a bit,
A little bit, yeah.
tempt them to play. Let them play in the midfield. Then you can see if somebody can nick it in the midfield. And you
Hmm.
are unleashing Jota. Jota is a smart guy. Jota just needs two people and he's gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's more like Ateta was not ready to play, handed you guys possession, and
Hmm.
anyways, you can go on. But today was not one of those good games.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. In
Arsenal
fact,
now, uh
mhm.
I'll say today has revived their title hopes. They are not out of it. It's three people, it's a three horse race,
It's a three-man race now. It's a three-team
right?
race. Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
whether you like it or not, Arsenal is going to Etihad. I know you say Man City will beat them. That's what everybody will say. Good.
Okay.
But we don't know what will
We don't
happen.
know what happened here.
We
Hmm.
don't know if Rodri will have injury for the rest of the season. No one knows. We don't know if De Bruyne will collapse,
Do you know what my prediction is for that match?
right?
If Man City's key players is, I can give you my prediction for that match right now.
If Man City's key players are not around, they can't win that game.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if Man City's key players are around, I can give you my prediction of what the scoreline will be. Do you want to hear
Okay,
it?
I'll clip it when it happens. Give
Do
us
you
your
want to
prediction.
hear it? So
Yeah,
that people
but
can come back and say
yeah,
Kingsley has said it.
today today is February 4th.
They will
Give
lose.
your prediction.
They will lose with exactly the same scoreline that we lost 3-1.
okay,
You heard it from me. I'm telling
okay,
you.
okay. That's
I'm
a
telling
good
you.
one.
This is the thing. This is the thing. This is one thing. Arsenal. Okay. Arsenal. These past few games, right? It's not enough to judge whether Arsenal is back or not. People
No,
should
no,
not
we are
forget
not
something.
judging that they are back.
No, I just want to explain
I'm just
something.
yes, I'm
Let me
just
just
saying.
finish. Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
just finish what I'm about to say. Like
okay.
the first two games, I don't know. I can't remember the last two teams they played. Crystal. Is it Crystal? Who did they play? I can't remember if they played Crystal Palace and
They're
that
not
team.
very big games. Yeah.
Not very big. They played Nottingham Forest, which mind you, that Nottingham Forest game almost did not end in them winning. They won
Mm.
2-1. They played the game before, which was kind of they won that game. We still saw the same traits you mentioned about how they've been playing in the first half of the season. We still saw those traits are still there. Then you play a watered down, poor Liverpool side, right? A side where you're not playing because
I won't call it a
call a
watered down
spade a
side.
spade. Call a spade a spade, right?
You know why?
Our
You know
left
why I
back,
won't,
our original left back is not there, right? Our right back came back from injury.
but you played with Joe
Eh,
Gomez in midweek and he played well.
wait now, Joe Gomez is not our original because you okay
I
because I
know.
play Conor Bradley does not mean Bradley is our starting because I play Conor
Yeah, but
Bradley and he
Conor
plays well.
Bradley is even better than the person you played today.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you is because you play a certain player in a certain position does not
Mm.
necessarily mean that that is your starter. Like that's not this is not your first team squad, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you have people that bench guys that were on the bench that have to step up. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you play a side that you I would call it you play a toothless Liverpool side. You play a toothless Liverpool side and win, right? I wouldn't say that that is enough. They are back in the title race. That is true. But I wouldn't say that is enough to say Arsenal is winning the league.
No, no one is saying that.
You understand?
No one is saying.
So,
I'm not even saying that.
yeah. So,
Right?
in judging
I've
this,
not I've not I've not changed my position on Arsenal, but it's just that I've been too critical
mhm,
of Arteta.
what I'm just going
I
to say
just
is,
need to praise him
yeah,
today. Mm.
exactly. But what I'm going to say is this loss that Arsenal winning Liverpool has definitely given Man City a chance back to win the league because now Man City with the two games in hand are right now a point ahead of Liverpool if they win those two games, right?
That's if
If they don't drop points,
we don't
but
count games that people have not played because
yeah,
you don't know what will happen.
if they don't drop points, but that's
Yeah,
what I'll say. That's what I'll say. This game, the outcome of this game has kind of caused. But let's move on from. I mean, Liverpool. We can go on and on about how poor the
yeah.
team is. I mean, it's my team. They were really bad. It's very horrible. But they will bounce back. We're playing Burnley next. They are Liverpool side. They are the mentality monsters, right? They know how to bounce back and do better. So we'll see how the rest next game goes.